open a cold open with a bowl.
Yeah, gotta crack open a cold open.
Do you like Dungeons and Dragons? Well, we're Dragon Deez Dice, comedy D&D 5e actual play show. A group of new players embark on a vast and deep storyline within the homebrew world of Diz.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't stop laughing.
This episode is sponsored by StubForge. With concert and event sales being predominantly digital these days, it's hard to get the physical tickets to add to your collection. But that's where StubForge comes in. With their online builder, you can easily recreate your missing stubs, or even use it to make unique party invitations, or your very own pop culture collectible. I use it to create a concert ticket for our very own Shello, because just imagine how grand it'd be to see our very own juggling ant bard perform live. StubForge prints on the same quality stock as Ticketmaster, and I was immediately amazed by how real it looks and feels. The tickets have a nice sturdiness to them, a slight gloss that makes them look sleek. Holding it makes me feel like I'm waiting in line for a concert. They're uncanny to the real thing printed at venues. If you stop collecting tickets due to the difficulty getting them, StubForge offers the best way to keep your collection going with their simple editor, variety of styles, and economical prices with bulk discounts. Once again, thank you to StubForge.com for sponsoring this episode.
In the last episode, the pity party leveled up. So if you want to see the group roll hit points, make sure to check out the end of episode 23. But also, within the last episode, Balthazar finally cured himself of his curse, you all traveling within his mind and going through his most painful memories. Eventually, you found the parasitic aspect of a lobster goddess, and were able to cut her off from Balthazar's mind and gain his freedom, but also losing the powers that her magic staff granted. You freely gave the staff to the Caecilian mages that helped cure you, then moved on with your night to your rooms in the royal palace, where you had a run-in with Julia Neath, a relative to Giles Neath that is unfamiliar with Balthazar seemingly. Then, Mherren and Sana had a talk in private where Sana explained how her friend was set to be the queen, but Sana had helped her run away before they were both separated. Their conversation ended with Sana and Mherren agreeing to be more open with the group. The next morning, Sana went to Balthazar with a newfound confidence and asked him to teach her magic, and though it was futile, the two shared a moment of bonding. Now, you all have the whole day ahead of you in Fyren Y'fin. So, what are you all doing?
I think we should get...
I want to see how little cheese bandits are doing.
Oh yeah.
What?
The rats.
We help the cheese bandits.
Oh,
bandits,
the
yeah.
rats.
While Balthazar goes to check on his little cheese boys, can I like tug on Mherren's whatever the fuck she's wearing, and like say, can we go buy a bow?
Of course.
Like for your hair?
No,
Hilarious.
as in the weapon.
Oh.
Balthazar, are you taking a moment in the morning to use your new spell?
Oh yeah,
Figure out what this piece of parchment that you guys copied down says.
yeah, of course.
Okay, so
I use comprehend language.
Balthazar takes around 10 minutes where you're all getting ready in the morning, grabs a pinch of soot and salt, and kind of uses it to cast this spell as he touches this piece of parchment.
So that's why I saw him stealing salt from the cafeteria.
It's always good to have on you.
I don't need any the amount of sass that fucking Sonic gives off. Goddamn.
Hey, we're friends now.
Oh!
We're
Just
besties now. You can't say that. You
doesn't
taught me how to
mean
not make light.
So,
Can I?
Balthazar, after you focus for around 10 minutes, you already know that this language is deep speech. However, now the words begin to materialize into common that you can read, and it says, "The blood of one truly afraid."
Pebble is truly afraid.
Ooh,
I must point that out.
that's fun.
Is that all it says?
That's all it says.
That's all it says. Sonic, come here a minute. I might need some. Like you always seem to be a bit like hesitant and afraid of the situation. So, do I have a pin in my inventory?
Are you gonna stab me?
No. Don't worry about it.
I want to know
That's
the
not
game
very
plan as to
convincing.
what you think you're gonna do with the blood when you get it.
I have a
Put it on
knife.
the page.
In your thieves'
But
tools,
no.
you probably have
Copy
something
of-
that's like pokey.
The page is just a copy of.
But would it be sterile?
Probably
No.
not.
Can I get like a little like flask out of my bag that I like have in my tools? Just like, frick, Sana on the finger and just grab it like a drop of
Sana
blood.
also has alcohol on her, mind you.
That's fine. It doesn't have to be. He didn't say pure blood.
Well, okay, so if Balthazar didn't read it out loud, I would just take 2 steps back and just, what are you doing?
Sana, make
You're
a
afraid of
dexterity
me.
saving throw.
Oh my god.
I cannot believe that as
This
soon
is
as you
awful.
finally made friends, you're gonna do this
Yeah,
shit.
but he needs
19.
Sana to be afraid.
19.
Yeah.
Balthazar, you try to prick Sana's arm, and she just immediately like moves back, and like.
Mozzie, what is your end game with this? It's what
He
are you
needs
gonna
to be
do with the
afraid.
blood? What are you
He
gonna do
just-
with the blood?
We just became friends 10 minutes ago. We just became friends 10 minutes ago.
I'm actually in awe as to what you are going. Like,
I guess just becoming friendly with people or neutral with people and then attacking them is just how we do things around here.
I don't know what you're
Seems to be
talking
a
about.
Seems to be a common thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I need. I've read this. These words that we wrote down. It says something about blood of the afraid.
And we got this from where exactly?
That you remember where it had that weird portal?
Yeah, I know,
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So are you gonna take me to the portal and make me rub blood on it to open it?
No, I was gonna get a finger prick.
And then do what with it? You have a piece of
finger
paper.
prick.
No, then I'd rub
you
that
think
on the
this
portal,
through?
not you.
Thank you.
There's
Sana.
not much to it.
I think
From the
there's a
hype behind,
bit more to
Mherren.
it than you
And he just
than you're
told me
considering.
it's not that deep. What is going on?
Yeah, he really did just say it's not that deep.
What's up? What's going on here?
I've been able to comprehend what this writing on the portal said.
Does it say to kill your friend?
But it's a needle. The writing says something about the blood of an afraid person.
Okay, so what are you gonna do? What? That was back at the portal, though. What are we gonna?
Obviously, I'm not going to do it here.
Okay, then why are you holding a needle and walking slowly towards Sana? What's going on?
Okay.
What is your end goal here? What are you gonna do with the blood once you get it?
Do you see the vial in my other hand?
No.
Regardless, why would we be doing this now?
Yeah, what? Yeah, why not just like?
And
bring
for
the
all
blood
you
of the
know,
person or
whatever
whatever you need
ritual
and
is
bring it
required
back to
for
the-
that could mean it needs fresh blood.
If
You're
you're right.
making a
Why
hell
are
of a
we
lot of
even- Why are we
assumptions.
even discussing the possibility? We're not gonna
And-
take Sana's blood. This is crazy.
I'm aware,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm pointing out the flaws currently in this thinking.
I'm sure Balthazar would be afraid if Mherren tried stabbing him.
What?
What?
Hello, gang. Are we
No.
stabbing each other?
I would love to
Wait,
stab
you-
each other.
you-
That sounds like-
Balthazar's trying to stab me.
And you deny it?
He didn't ask, first of all.
But,
Because
the
you need to be afraid.
the keeper of the owl, it knows a lot.
Okay,
You
but-
could learn a lot from the man with the owl.
Wait, but Balthazar, after
We
you get
just
the
had,
blood
like,
and
an
you bring
hour-long
it back, you
teaching
won't be
session.
afraid anymore.
Yay! This is a headache for far too early in the morning.
Do you need me to scare Moneybags?
I have a name.
You have money.
If you're going to the shops, are you going there by going through the palace and through the throne room? Or are you going to take like a side exit to like avoid the throne room and just leave to go to these shops?
I would
I
like
don't-
to.
We are
I want to
go
avoid.
to the shops.
So I think we should go through the throne room, right? Because
Maybe we should split up.
No, we shouldn't. This is
Now
a
this guy's trying
simple.
to activate a portal. Like,
If we go through the throne room, we can also ask them about the staff and the mages.
I doubt they would have figured out anything already.
Yeah,
And
but
is
we can
that a
just
good
ask him.
idea?
I'm gonna vote for going to the throne room.
Pebble does.
I still want to avoid it.
Well, we're going.
Well, excuse you.
Walking through the palace halls and towards the throne room, you hear talking from within, like they're meeting with some people currently.
Can I poke my head in?
The royal council is currently in session. You see Etlani Caecilian, the empress here, and her guard, her personal guard, standing behind the throne. Again, this throne room has one large chair with a like stone kind of and gold plated snake that kind of wraps around the throne. Then behind the throne is a big Ouroboros sun symbol made of like stone. And then surrounding this larger throne is some other smaller seats on lower pedestals that sit the other council members. And the other council members in today are Sulshman Caecilian, Malkes Cottonjaw, Madame Tusa, as well as 3 people that you don't recognize that seem to be different from the ones sitting in the prior day. After listening to like the conversation for a little bit, you pick up on who these 3 other people are. There's someone referred to as Isil Caecilian, spelled I-S-I-L. He's referred to as the prince, sitting in because he'll one day inherit the throne. And
Good for him.
from looking at him, he has none of the really snake-like features of his father, Malkes Cottonjaw, instead more resembling the human aspect of Atlani. He has like smooth white skin. He has a bit of a skinny build, but you get the impression he's been trying to bulk up, put on some muscle, but he's in his sort of like teenage young adult years still. And he's adorned in loosely laying luxurious deep blue robes that attach to pieces of golden armor on his shoulders. And on his head, he has a large golden helmet with wings coming off the top. And this is covering the entire top half of his head, including covering his eyes completely.
That's cool. He's like Hermes, or some snake Hermes.
The other 2 new faces you see are 2 more snake-like people. And they seem to be a married couple. You hear both their names. The male is Karagtash Mombasa, and the female is Nasa Mombasa. Karagtash is resembling a cobra, and he has arms and legs, blue scales, and he's wearing a green tunic. And he has a happier expression than most within the room. A bit more like chipper, he's kind of smiling, unlike other people with more stern or just stone-like faces. And Nasa, she has arms, but she has no legs, instead having a long snake body. And her scaly flesh is this cold, graying, kind of cyan tint. And she has purple eyeshadow and lipstick that bring out her golden eyes and golden septum piercing. And this color combo continues into a large golden headpiece, draping purple robes adorned with golden jewelry dangling all over. And
He seems very cool.
in addition to these 3 new people sitting in the council, you also see 3 people they're meeting with or kind of standing in front of some other ones behind them. They seem to be more like just guards for these people. The guards are all Leonins, so like a race of lion people. They have a bit of like a slender build to them. They're wearing garb that seems to be fit for like a desert, like tunics and stuff, and they have these swords made out of like bone and like a leather shield and some like war paint on their faces. But the 3 that are standing in front of these people, there's a man standing in the very front, a half-elf. He has this kind of tannish olive skin and a kind of black graying beard, braided longer hair. He's wearing this bronze armor with some red sun decals on it, a little silver headpiece. And behind him are 2 people that seem more like more trained personal guards to this person. One is a female human. She also has this like tan olive skin, but she has some blue war paint, some stripes over her left eye, and she has this golden armor that holds her black hair up in a bunch of braids. Her armor has a big shoulder pad of like a golden lion's face, and she has a bit of a like kind of angry expression on her face. The other person is also a Leonin, except this Leonin is in great contrast to the others that seem to be more like generic guards. This one is very big and muscular, standing at about like 8 feet tall. He has golden fur with some kind of like black spots, a big orange mane. The only clothing he's wearing is this kind of golden belt with a loincloth hanging from it. So he's really showing off his like muscular, toned body. He also has some like silver armbands on a bunch of them on like one arm. His eyes are this like kind of yellowish tint, but his pupils are like very small, like in the middle, and he kind of has like this crazed gaze to his eyes. Like you can tell that he's like seen a lot of battle, possibly. He just looks kind of scary to look at. And while you're peeking in, it seems to be in the middle of this conversation that's happening. The guy standing at the front, you hear him referred to as Sultan Daniel Sundra, name spelled Dahneel, last name Sundra. And you put it together that he is the kind of ruler, the lord of the Sweatlands Hall, also within the Sun's Peak Desert.
So he's sweaty.
The female standing behind him, her name is Imytiz, Imytiz. Big golden leonin. His name is Madasad, Madasad.
Does he have no last name?
You do not hear a last name for these two people.
Hmm.
You hear Sundra speaking. Your Grace, this drought is dire to the lives of my people. Your beautiful city of Fyren is blessed by Glycin with the waters of the Sunblint River that flows through it. If you could only spare but some of this resource, or possibly a portion of your harvest, we may be able to survive through the dry season. And you hear Atlani say, You speak of Glycin as if you do not worship a bestial mockery of our god. If it was not for you working your land past its limit during the time of war over your false worship, then you'd still have lands to work. And now you beg for help after digging your own hole in the sand. He responds, The Sweatlands have always been prone to droughts, and yes, my position during the war was to oversee the economics of the farms and production for war efforts, but I was under order from the old Sultan, whom you executed. Please, your majesty, the war is long ago. Let us put it in the past. And you hear Imytiz, the woman behind him, kind of step forward and kind of speak up, kind of like she's not supposed to, but she begins to kind of yell. No, let us not put it in the past. You murdered a great ruler and burned our libraries to the ground. Centuries of knowledge destroyed to bolster your own as the information capital of the continent. You say your dynasty cares of knowledge, but engage this frivolous pursuits of making a copy of your own city to lead to ruin in the desert and crafting a necropolis so you may be buried under your hoard of books. Your kind does not care about knowledge. You simply want to be in control of history, so tell me, where in your tomes does it say Glycin is a snake? Then Sundra immediately just says, Silence, lion tamer, or lest you lose your head. And at that, she kind of steps back, but still continues to look directly at the queen, not really breaking eye contact. Then you see Carrig-Tash, one of the new faces you all saw, the one that seemed more chipper and with a smile on his face. He kind of clears his throat. He's like, As Lord of Riadamamum, we take great pride in our pursuit of information, and while yes, it is also the crypts of the Caecilian dynasty, it is simply because we believe it to be such a great honor to be buried among such powerful world history. If it was not for the work of our astronomers, for example, we'd have no charting of our planet's 687 moons. Elani then says, Unless you wish to restart the war, the work of Riyadh is no concern of your struggling, annexed territory. We will not provide you with the resources, but if your people wish to live, they are welcome to migrate. We could use the cheap labor. And tell your god to never speak in my presence again. Sundra then kind of bows and says, Very well, your grace. Thank you for your time. Actually, if I could have just a small bit more. I wish to speak with you privately. Very well. Carrick's will accompany us alone in the Sphinx Garden after lunch. We will now dismiss. And at that, some guards kind of escort this group out of the room, and some of the other people sitting in the royal chairs kind of stand up and like stretch a bit. Metlani's still sitting, but like someone comes over and brings her some like parchment to look over, and she's kind of reading that as people kind of file out of the room.
Who would have guessed that the Caecilians are scumbags?
I can't believe they just didn't notice us sitting there.
Yeah.
Well, no,
that's-
we're poking our head around the corner of the door.
It seems some guards notice and stuff, but like it doesn't really matter to them.
Well, that's good at least.
You see, like, during this conversation, a few people kind of walk in and out. Not, like, super busy, but it seems people are going about their day just walking through here. This isn't, like, a private meeting or anything.
Transparency, I like it.
You're easy to impress. I do not like them. But they're probably only honest about what they're doing, because if anyone actually cares or stands up to it, then they'll be killed.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's not okay.
Just don't stand up to it.
I'm gonna walk through the doorway, and as I'm walking through, I'm gonna go "Err," as if there's a door frame. Or as if
Oh
there's a door.
god, we're not with her.
I'm
As
gonna
you do
go-
this, everyone just kind of looks over your direction as you make a scene of yourself walking into the room.
go, hey folks, how's your morning going?
They'll just kind of stare at you.
Oh, I'm popular around these parts, I can tell.
It would seem.
Confidently, I'm gonna saunter through.
Can I just lower my hood,
Nodding
just like
a little.
cover my face? It's the embarrassment.
You said previously there was somewhere that, like a craftsman.
Yeah,
who
are you guys
creates
now
small
going to the
statues.
bazaar?
Yes.
Okay. The bazaar, it's so early in the morning, so it's not quite super busy yet, but there's still quite a bit of people here. Smells like grilled meat and things, like food is just starting to be made. There's a lot of just packed booths of different shops here. There's people selling spices, people selling various weapons, people blowing like glass, and people selling like tea. You see some people selling like fried bugs and things, people selling just like camels to people traveling outside of the city. Various like clothing, like headscarves and robes and tunics. And there is this one booth that is selling carved, what looks like topaz and also amber and other gemstones carved into different shapes of animals and things. And this booth is kind of in front of a larger storefront.
They aren't perhaps magical. They're just carvings.
You want to make a Arcana check?
I would absolutely love to do this.
You could also just ask the person selling it.
I would rather make an Arcana check.
Okay.
How's a 15 sound?
Some of them do appear to have magical capabilities, but the vast number of them seem to just be like little knickknacks.
That's fun. Pebble's gonna
So-
walk up and pick up one of those little trinkets that seems magical and say, "Hey, what's this little guy? What is this thing?"
He's currently speaking to what looks
Oh.
like another customer. It's a woman that appears to have like a pregnant belly, and she seems a bit like upset. And it looks like he's turning away her service, and he's saying, I cannot make a amber carving of your baby to be. I'm very sorry." And she's like, ah, and then she just like walks off, kind of storming off.
Hello there, sir.
Hello.
What does this little guy do?
These are my figures.
Not
I
the figures
carved
again.
them out of gemstones.
I just processed.
This one looks magical.
Oh,
Is it magical?
good eye, yes. Like I was telling the woman, the amber holds a certain magical property where it can hold a soul of a creature. I had to
Oh.
turn her away because, well, she wanted a carving of a child, and a amber carving, I would need a fragment, a piece of the living matter to store into the amber in order to have the magical properties. But I come from a long line of people that are able to craft this sort of magical token. Whatever creature that has the fragment of the soul within, I carve it in the shape of the creature, and it is able to, once every few days turn into a real version of the creature.
Whoa, what?
So the one
Okay,
you're
so
you're
if I
holding
get-
currently looks to be of a elephant, and it has a
Yo!
little piece of what looks like ivory inside the amber.
For a crafter such as myself, it'd be bad luck to make something out of amber, such as a baby, even if it isn't having the soul within it. Just the fact that it's amber, just taboo.
How much are these little guys?
Well, depending on the one you want, the rarity of the creature, they range in price. The elephants, the easier to come across in some sense, those are 100 gold. We also have one of a raven, is 50 gold. I have one of lions, those are 80 gold. And then this creature here, he picks up one, he's like, this is the rarest one I have. It is called a Tyrannosaurus Rex. It is 200
what?
gold.
Oh, I need
What the
that.
fuck?
Come
200
on.
gold.
I need that.
Wait.
So this T-Rex that you say, this Tyrannosaurus Rex, what is that? I've
It's
never heard of
a
that animal.
large reptilian creature. It has a very powerful bite, and this figurine can turn into one every 14 days.
So is it like a lizard?
It's
Will it be tamed or wild?
Oh, I really want that.
the creatures that are summoned through these. They are tamed to you, but the T-Rex is a bit more finicky. There's a chance it may not be tamed. I would be careful though. Like I stressed to the woman earlier, amber is a very precious gem, and if it contains the soul of a creature that is a fragment of the creature's soul, it is a very dangerous thing to mess with, which is why I only do it with animals, not people. If you would like carvings of a actual person, I can do it out of topaz, which has not the same magical capability. There's little cards on them. He seems to be selling those for 20 gold or a custom one for 50 gold.
I have a feeling that you made this vendor sell custom statues, not because it would make sense, but because we have a certain boy who may perhaps want such a thing.
You said there's lion ones for 80?
The lion ones are actually seem to be two lions, like kind of parallel to each other. When those are summoned, you can either summon one at a time or both at the same time.
Will it change
Ooh.
the amount of time that it takes in between?
Each one is 7 days.
Okay.
Using this in combat would last all combat, or just last few turns?
Each one lasts an hour.
Okay.
Or actually, the T-Rex lasts an hour, lions last an hour each, elephant lasts for 24 hours, raven lasts for 12 hours. Explains to you that the raven can be used, the raven is magical itself, and this raven has a spell it can cast called Animal Messenger
Ooh,
that will allow
So
the
it-
raven to deliver a message, basically.
that's very cool.
Actually, Pebble, can you also make a
Weird.
perception check?
Oh, I sure can. I love making checks.
Can you make that check out?
A natural 20!
Nice. So you actually see, as he's showing you these things, he has a little tattoo on his wrist that occasionally will get uncovered by his sleeve, moving up, and it looks like a symbol of a half sun.
Wait, it's like the Dawn Trotters.
Or if you're looking at
Oh.
it backwards, it's the Dusk Trotters.
Oh
Yo.
shit!
I'm
Don't
gonna.
want to get messed up with them.
I lean over at Mherren and I'm like, hey, did you see that guy's tattoo? He's a Dawn Trotter, it looks like. Maybe we should get tattoos and then we'll be more trustworthy.
No. First of all. Second of all, we probably shouldn't say anything until we can figure out a bit more. Don't want to be too hasty. It could be another symbol that people are using for another thing, and if we mention them, well, we could be in some deep shit. But
Okay, that's true.
we just don't know enough yet.
And then I yell back at the vendor, I'm like, don't mind us, just talking about your wares. And then I'm like, yeah, maybe we should give it
You
some
are the
more-
most unconvincing person.
He
I
gives you a
know.
thumbs up. Balthazar, can you also make a perception check to see if
Okay,
you notice this?
apparently
Yay!
you're convincing enough.
Evidently.
Maybe his perception is super low too.
Yeah, maybe it's like
Mm.
3. Who really knows?
A 13.
You're 13? You don't notice it.
Why
Even though the
goodness,
T-Rex
we're
is
high.
tempting, I think I might go with the lions.
I really, really want the. I really want the T-Rex a lot, but also
No.
that's a lot of gold and 14
I-
days
I-
and. Huh?
I assume the T-Rex's like behavioral like listening is reflected on rolls, and my rolls are bad.
When you summon it, you roll a d20. If it's a 1, it doesn't listen to you.
Oh,
Is it the one?
okay.
Anything else is a success?
Yeah.
But knowing me, I'll hit that one.
You interested in the lions?
How much were they? 80?
80, yes.
Okay, I can do that.
The
How much was the T-Rex again?
T-Rex is 200 gold.
All right, I'm gonna walk up. Do I notice the tattoo?
Make a perception check.
It's exactly what it says.
You don't know.
Fuck, 11. 200?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
I don't have enough money to drop things here.
What do you want?
Oh,
I want the raven.
I'll buy the raven.
Isn't that
Okay.
No.
is everyone moving on?
I go to wherever you would buy a bow.
There's like a weapon booth. A little bit the ways down is also in front of like a bigger storefront. This would be a fairly old forge, and they're selling like mostly wooden weapons. It seems to be because wood is kind of hard to get in the desert, so these seem to be priced higher than they normally would be.
Yeah.
That's the name of the episode. That's the name right there.
But it seems that the forge isn't really used that often here. These seems to be imported in. Like the forge is not active when you get there.
Did Mherren come with me or?
Yes.
Just out of context, I can use longbows. Okay, back to roleplay.
Okay.
What type of bow do you think fits me well?
I'm gonna stand next to Sana and like put my hand above her head like to measure her height. Just like
I'm
whisper
gonna
out.
pretend like I'm
"Short
shooting a bow
bow."
now, like arms straight, like pulling back to my cheek, like, and go.
Give her a short bow.
Aren't I taller than you?
We could get you started on a longbow. They're not as easy to learn, but they pack a bit more of a punch.
I do a small salute. Yes, ma'am. I walk up to, how much is a longbow?
So the longbows have like a price tag on them. It says they're 80 gold, which Mherren probably recognizes being a bit more than longbows usually are.
Cheap.
No, not cheap.
What?
Actually, for that kind of bow with that material, it's actually a little bit more spendy than they typically would be, where, at least from what I've seen.
You know your wood. How do we get a discount?
Okay. All right then.
I want to like grab it off the shelf, like bring it to the count. If there's a counter, just bring it up to there where the guy is, and then I'm gonna like nervously looking at the guy, and then just looking towards Mherren and just sort of nodding my head towards the guy, like.
We'll take this one.
This one's 80 gold.
Mherren's gonna pull out 80 gold.
All right, you're supposed to negotiate.
No, we're not gonna bother, because this guy, he's just gonna tell us to get fucking lost.
We'll say it comes with ammunition and stuff. I don't like the count as regular arrows. As you're kind of walking out of this storefront, though, some guy that seems like a local kind of brushes past you and is like,
Oh, sorry, came from in there. Whatever you got scammed.
Yeah.
We know.
You want real lion
Yeah.
horde crafted weapons? Got a shop in the Azo district, you know.
Is this guy perhaps an Azer?
Thank you.
he's not actually. He just seems to be a local, just like a friendly person helping. He seems to have some like,
Insight check.
groceries.
Oh, that's nice.
Make an insight
Oh
check.
my god.
I want to see if it's like
Inside
one of those people in Japan who like try to get you in the
Yeah,
club.
yeah.
Oh my god.
6. Fuck.
6. You can't really tell. He's not the race of an Azer. He's carrying like some groceries. It seems that he's like heading home or something. But then he just like keeps walking by.
Let's go check it out.
I want to use enhance ability
Mhm.
to give myself advantage on wisdom checks,
Okay.
because I want to be a very wise person while
Yeah.
I'm asking these questions.
Okay. I don't know if that's how that works, but
Well,
I'm done.
that's what Shello thinks it means.
okay.
So,
What are you doing at this figurine person?
I want to go up to the guy. Is
You
there
don't
any
want to do
more?
like charisma for talking to someone?
No.
Okay.
So he doesn't have any customers there at the minute, no?
No, it seems like right now he after all of you left except for you, Shello, he's just kind of polishing some of the figures on the desk in front of him.
Hello there, shopkeep.
Oh yes, hello.
I believe you met my acquaintances just there.
The ones that just left? Sure, yeah.
Yes.
He kind of like leans in, kind of squints his eyes at you, and is like, "Oh, you're an ant."
That's what they tell me.
Okay. Are you from Morby?
I am an ant.
Okay. What can I help you with, ant?
I wish to have a custom figure of one of my associates.
Custom, very nice. You heard me telling them for custom I only do topaz. That's fine.
I don't know who that is, but that is
Topaz
fine.
is the material. It kind of gestures down at the figure, showing you one half of the side that's like topaz, one half that's amber. The topaz is more of like a deep orange. The topaz is kind of like a kind of translucent yellowish.
I do not recognize any of these people. I'm sorry. Do you have a mental image of the elf lady?
Yes, the elf.
With lots of money.
Yeah, the
that
one that
one.
bought the T-Rex and the Raven, yeah.
Yes.
I saw her.
I wish
Want
for
one
a,
of her?
Yes, please.
Oh, of course, yes. That is 50 gold then.
I suppose so.
And it will take me some time to do a custom carving. You may need to come back later tonight.
Oh, tonight?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Can I do a perception check to see if I see his thing?
Sure.
Oh, whoops. I think I clicked 3. The second one, 19.
You do notice the tattoo.
I couldn't help but notice this. You have a funny symbol on you.
Yes. You know of the symbol?
I believe so. I've seen it in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Do you care to speak in private about it?
But I start on this figure of yours, and after sundown, when the shops all close, you can meet me here to speak with me.
That would also work for me.
He's gonna die.
He's about to get
Fantastic.
fucking axed right now.
Thank you very much.
Then I'll get started on this. Do you have the gold?
Yes, I have given you my gold.
Thank you very much.
Well, me and Mherren are heading off to that one store that guy told us about.
The Forge in the Azer Enclave?
Yeah.
Can I go with
So-
them?
What, wasn't Balthazar gonna go to the general store where
Yeah.
the bats were? I want to catch up with him.
You walk in, there seems to be a different, sales clerk in today, kind of a younger gentleman. He's like, hello, can I help you with anything?
I
Yeah.
need cheese.
Cheese? We're all out of cheese, unfortunately.
You're all out.
Yeah,
But
sorry about that. You could probably go to the Bazaar and find a cheese salesman.
how can you be out of cheese?
I don't. It just seemed to go missing. When I took stock this morning, we were out. Didn't seem to be. Why are you asking? Do you know something about our cheese?
I just
No, we're
need
just-
cheese.
We were hoping to get cheese.
Suppose you make deception checks.
Oh, fuck.
18.
18 and
I
7.
suppose I don't quite need cheese.
What were your two names again?
I'm Dimitri, and this is my friend Kyle.
Kyle the juggling ant boy.
Kyle's a strange name for Thrycreen.
Between us, he's adopted. You know.
You adopted him? Why would you adopt a
No,
Thrycreen?
His strange parents, they're not around anymore. They realized it was a mistake.
I was a mistake.
Oh, my poor boy.
Okay, well, I'm sorry we don't have any cheese, so we got our shipments about once a week, so we'll have some, I believe, 2 days from now?
All right, we might be back. We'll see if we can find anyone else who has any.
Can we go around the side of the shop?
Yeah. Make a perception
Yeah,
check.
that's what I'm gonna do. Nat
Also already
20.
got a nat 20. You hear what sounds like little pitter-patter within the sewers under like a little sewer grate. It sounds like you can hear kind of pitter-patter of feet and kind of some squeaking.
My boys, they did it.
But you don't hear them like in the dumpster or anything anymore.
You know, they've moved on. They're rich now. The greatest cheese heist in all the ages.
I
Alright,
feel
let's go
like
find the others.
that's all I needed to know. Yeah.
Okay, so over at the Azer Enclave, this place is a lot of like taller bronze buildings, and there's a bunch of Azers, which are like fire dwarves walking around. They seem to be immune to the sun blaring down on this hot metal the buildings are constructed out of. Elsewhere in the city, you see a lot of buildings like this, but they seem to be makeshifted with like changed flooring so people can like walk on them, people other than Azers. But you find what looks like a forge, like smoke coming out of the top, and there's a older Azer man behind like the front counter, kind of hammering a sword on a anvil.
Getting up to the storefront, you have to walk up this like flight of stairs to get to the second story of this building. However, the stairs and inside, you notice that there's a section of the floor that's carpeted for non-Azer individuals.
And that's why I hear weird noises at night whenever the human maids fuck up. Oh, we're here.
It seems there's no like display of any weapons or anything. He's just working behind the counter.
Okay. It seems like this is a commission-based place.
Hello there, friends.
What do you need?
Oh, sorry. I was just interested in seeing what you're working on.
Ever see a sword before? I make weapons and armor.
Do you have any magical armor?
Magical. Do you not know about the craftsmanship of the Azers?
Not particularly. I'm not from around here.
Well, you're not from around here, okay. Azers, this used to be our city, you know? Caecilians came in here and took it from us. Azers, we take great pride in making armor and weapons. It's like an art to us, and there's a method of crafting weapons and armor that only Azers know. It's been passed down for generations, and certain fire properties and fire resistance we can infuse our armor and weapons with.
Could you teach me how to make some of these?
No.
That sounds fun. Oh.
Like I said, it's only between Azers.
So how do I get some of this magical armor?
I can make some for you.
Oh, that's so lovely. If I were to perhaps show him the armor I currently have, could I tell him to make something better?
I can make something as bulky what you have, but with my special fire resistance capabilities, Skelly, it's not going to be better AC.
I really want. I really don't know what I'm doing here. I followed you guys here, and then you both walked in, and you suddenly got cold feet, and now I'm just like, well, it was nice meeting you, and she walks out of the building.
To explain, out of character, he can give bladed weapons fire damage, extra fire damage. Armor gains fire resistance, and
You're having 19 AC.
Bad day.
Can you make a bow?
So head towards the
I don't make wood weapons. If you want some overpriced wooden junk, go to the bazaar.
What about a different material?
I do bladed weapons, sometimes hammers.
Do you have like something I can like put on my fists to make my punch stronger?
No.
Why the hell am I here?
I don't like this guy.
I walk out of the store.
Yeah, he's kind of like a dick. I kind of hate him.
Teach me how to make better weapons.
Well, obviously he didn't, Skelly. He never was going to. That would have put him out of business.
You want a sword? I can make a sword. Want an axe? I can make an axe. Want a breastplate? I can make a breastplate.
Could even make the armor shoot out fire for a special fee.
So rude for no reason.
Put him in his place, intimidate him.
I gotta deal with tourists like you coming in here all day asking me to make all this junk I don't make.
Hounding me for my special techniques so they can steal my business. After years of Caecilian gentrification, you can find a wood elf or something to make a bow.
Just because you don't consider them a weapon does not mean that they are not classified as weapons.
He said that he doesn't do bows.
Well, yeah, but he first said that he did metal weapons.
What about a long metal pole that could be used as a martial weapon that's better than a wooden stick?
You want a metal pole?
That does more damage.
A blunt
it that way.
A metal staff with the use of being used as a blunt weapon.
I see no art in this making the metal pole, as you say.
Oh, you... Oh!
Do it. Kill him.
No, we are in town still.
Use rage on him.
And
That's the only
Mherren doesn't
reservation
just
you
kill
had.
people.
Okay, there you go.
Me personally, however.
Sana's gonna lift up her cape, flip the guy off so she can't see, then walk out the store.
Okay, yeah. Mherren's gonna follow.
You all meet back up
minutes.
at the bazaar.
We could go get food. I'm hungry.
Why
Yeah.
don't we just head out now while it's still light out?
Well,
But I'm hungry and I want food. I want owlbear nuggets.
okay, calm down, calm down.
You just want the
I
toy.
am very calm.
I had spoken to the crafter of figurines, and I have a meeting with him in the wee hours of the afternoon, night, when the shops close.
What
Well,
kind-
I guess
kind
we're
of
not
thing?
leaving then.
If we plan to eat, perhaps we could return to the palace. There are many nice places to sit outside.
Yeah, I can ask if they have owlbear nuggets. I'm sure royalty has a good taste of food.
Sure.
You find like the private chefs for the royals that they're making some food, seafood, a lot of like vegetables and meats, a lot of like kind of really high quality food for the royalty.
Do they have any cheeses?
Yeah, they have assorted cheeses of various types. They seem to be aged for quite a long time to get the flavor out. Charcuterie board of different cheeses and meats and like salamis and stuff.
Can I give them the meat back?
Sure, they're just kind of like okay, and then they're just gonna put it in the trash.
Vegetarian? Since when?
Oh, I just want cheese.
Then once you all like just grab like baskets of food and stuff, and you go outside to the royal gardens, one of you make a perception check at advantage, or all of you make perception checks.
Okay, so Sana has the
Hello.
highest.
Ooh, and then same roll twice, 7.
Oh wow.
Are you fucking
Jesus.
Yeah.
You find a nice place to sit to eat next to like this this palm tree. The garden area is very big. There's lots of like walkable space, and like paths and things. There's some paths that go like underground into like some chambers and out like the other side, and just kind of all over the place. While eating, you see pass by the young prince that you saw at the throne room this morning. He's walking with a girl around his age. She has this like very, very dark, long black hair, very dark black eyeshadow, dark red lipstick.
Very pale skin made even more starch white from this like foundation she has on.
She's wearing this like lacy black and red dress, and she has like a big python around her shoulders as she walks with him. And they seem to be enjoying themselves, having a little bit of a laugh as they walk through the garden.
Aww.
And then off inside into the palace. Sana, can I have you make another perception check at advantage? As you all are finishing up your meal. Oh, natural 20.
24.
You see what looks like 3 of the people you saw in the throne room this morning, one of which Queen Etlani and her personal guard, along with the man they were talking to this morning, the Sultan of Sweatland Hall. You see the 3 of them. They're walking in the garden walkway, but they go into a
Gazebo like structure, kind of enclosed, hedges around it.
While I slowly eat the cheese, I'm gonna like pat Mherren kind of like on this arm and then like lightly point towards them real quick.
I think we should follow it.
I don't know if that's the best idea to follow them when I think I would like to enjoy my. I don't know.
I was just walking by and I accidentally overheard.
Guys, I think this is like kind of a pretty big thing for us to have good terms with the Caecilians. I don't know if it's the best idea for us to ruin that.
No, is it good to not know anything?
I
Would you
don't
rather
know,
have potentially uneasy terms, potentially, or know more about what we're getting into?
maybe we should think this through a bit, you know?
We're just walking by. I get up.
Mherren
Alright.
stands as well.
Quietly have a
Fine,
stroll.
fine. Just because she's afraid of being alone, so she stuffs her face with some more cheese and then gets up and starts like speed walking over to catch up.
Anyone turn invisible?
I don't think I can. And then she like sort of like furrows her brow, her face gets darker, and then she seems to be holding her breath, and she's like, "Am I invisible?"
I'd like to cast invisibility on Pebble.
Oh, God.
Go! And I point towards them.
She's also the loudest of all of us.
untrue. She's like, oh shit,
Sana
shit.
drank
Like,
early in the morning. She might be a little tipsy.
Okay, well, since you usually have disadvantage on stealth, can you just roll a straight stealth check?
I sure can. Straight. Not used to this.
I'm so
You're gonna
scared.
roll now that you said that.
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ.
god.
Roll high.
I'm so scared.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Holy shit.
Funny. A good 20 feet back. Is that a good amount of space?
Okay, yeah, so 20 feet back, you'd kind of be like in the archway, this sort of like gazebo, and from where you're standing, you see them talking, the guard kind of standing a ways away, just kind of looking, keeping guard, looking out across the garden. Looking into this gazebo, it looks, it's kind of enclosed on most sides by like this limestone wall with some patterns on it, but in the middle of it is a sphinx, and this looks exactly like the sphinx you had seen under the sands of in the desert a few days prior.
Like exactly.
Exact, yes. And can you make a perception check to listen on their conversation?
I sure can. 18. I'm rolling so well. Holy shit.
You hear the man, Daniil Sundra. I'm just, during the war, when our General Oslo Benetric left, the one that replaced him, Uzar Neza, after the war, this man, I don't trust him like I did Oslo. I'm a bit worried that he's attempting to garner support to overthrow my position and become the new Sultan of the Sweatland Halls. And I know from our talks earlier that you're in no interest of helping us in the drought, but let me tell you this, if this man Nazar, if he takes over, it could not be any good for Fyren, the rest of the continent. He's the violent warmongering man. I would have terminated his position and found a new general ages ago, but he has a way with his subordinates and the armies of the Sweatland Halls, and they listen to every word he says. I've become worried that he deals in the shadows. He deals with dark magic I don't quite understand. And Atlani says, keep an eye on him, and if you suspect anything, we can send troops from Fyren to aid you in quelling any rebellion, but we do not wish to cause any upheaval in your town. It could be a bad look after the war. And he has kind of a disappointed look on his face. And during this conversation, with your perception, you also see, kind of on the other side of this gazebo, behind some of the plants on the other side, you see two more people kind of also hiding. You see the two people he was with, Emetiz, the woman, kind of stealthily listening in, and then standing behind her is this 8-foot lion man. He's not attempting to hide at all, but he's standing behind the plant, so he's not visible to like anyone besides your current angle that you have. However, as he's watching this conversation, his deep, kind of empty, soulless eyes just kind of drift in your direction and just kind of linger on you for what seems like a little bit too long.
Bitch, I'm invisible. Ugh.
That's the problem.
You just see these beady, yellow-black eyes just staring almost directly into your own eyes.
Pebble begins to sweat. Not mucus. She begins to sweat and is like slowly backing off. That's fucking terrifying. Pebble's backing off. She's like sort of widening the gap between her and the others.
Backing off, their conversation was still going, so you kind of miss the tail end of it. But once it seems to end, quickly, pretty short after, Atlani and her guard are sort of walking off, walking in your direction, kind of past you, but they don't seem to notice you because you're invisible. The other man seems to stay there, kind of like deep in thought, but the other two that were also listening to this conversation, hurriedly kind of like leave, trying to stay out of eyesight of the 3 people that were within this gazebo.
Pebble is like very quickly shuffling back to the group, and as she gets back, guys, it's me, Pebble, the invisible one, Pebble, the rock lady.
I don't.
Who said that?
Are we?
It's Pebble.
Are we in
It's
the
me. I'm
presence
invisible.
of a ghost?
No, I'm not a ghost. I learned how to turn invisible. I don't know how I did it,
Rock
but now I don't know how to go back.
Wait,
No.
Pebble
Listen. Wait, hold on.
died and haunts
No,
us?
I didn't die. No, I
Rock
didn't die.
lady, are you here?
I am. I'm standing right in front of you, and I like grab Shello's head and shake him around a little bit.
Mom.
Shello! I tried grabbing him.
I'm just gonna be like, guys, I'm invisible, but I was listening to their conversation, and this big lion guy, he was staring at me, and it was really scary, and he shouldn't be able to see me because I learned how to turn invisible, but he was staring at me.
Is that it?
Yes, I'm terrified. Oh, wait,
Nothing else?
the thing they said. Apparently, there's a general guy, and he's gonna overthrow the Sweatlands. I think they said something about a new general, like he's some sort of violent usurper. I don't know. Something about how Fyren's gonna send them help, metals and dark magic. I think.
Rock lady.
It's okay, Shello. It's okay. I'll be back.
We thank you for your help in this trying time.
No, Shello, I'm
you
not
must
dead.
leave us now.
I'm not dead, Shello. I'm just invisible.
You can't stay here forever.
Can't Shello drop the invisibility?
No,
Well, it requires concentration. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just drop
So
concentration.
he is actively concentrating on keeping me invisible. She spins him around a bit and gets him super dizzy, and tries to get him to stop concentrating.
Is it Constitution?
Yeah, Constitution saving throw. Pebble's still invisible.
You said you were in where?
I'm invisible. Shello, I'm invisible. I'm invisible. You can't see me. And I don't know how to turn. I didn't know I could do this.
I could have sworn the rock lady. She was here, right in front of me.
Because I'm alive.
Shello, didn't you cast Invis on her? Can't you just drop it or something?
Oh.
I'd like to stop concentrating on invisibility.
Oh, thank God. I didn't know I could turn invisible. How did I do that?
I just give up and just take another swig. I say we talk to the priest about the language Balthazar translated.
Okay, going to the temple then?
Uh-huh.
From inside, the domed ceiling with fresco painting of like all the sun and snake iconography, you find the same priest that you had spoken to the other day. Welcomes you all in.
Greetings again, travelers of the sun. Do you return to give thanks to Gleason, or can I be of service to you once more?
Yeah, we wanted to speak to you about that strange portal you guys have.
Keep your voices down. Yes, the portal.
You guys really that secretive about it?
Let us go down now to get away from the commoners that prey. We don't want to disturb them.
Right.
And he leads you all down to this down the stairwell. And keep in mind this is like kind of like a mid under construction sort of thing. It's kind of like hidden from view from the main temple. But he shows you down, and you're now in front of this like big stone archway on like a stone platform. And the stone platform this archway sits on has like a bit of a kind of bold divot to it that you're all kind of like standing around.
So we were able to decipher what the portal says.
Oh, that's amazing news. We didn't even know what language it was, really. We had some researchers at Riyadh, but
Take some time to get information back and forth, and so far they haven't come up with anything.
That's probably because it's deep speech.
oh,
It's not very common at all, and it's definitely not well perceived.
It would have taken them ages to find that out.
Roughly, it translates in summary to the blood of the scared.
Strange.
I don't think a summary was necessary.
Summary of like 5 words.
Yeah.
Deep speech must be a strange language where this short of a sentence is like a paragraph, and so thank you for the summary. I'm not familiar with the language, though, but the blood of the scared. I don't quite understand how it would have opened. I can't imagine the paladins that were down here that day must have seen something quite frightful, or I'm not sure.
You said that it wasn't always open.
No, it wasn't. The paladins were here to investigate, and then after that happened, well, I told you only Moth had survived, and after that there was this small sliver of the portal still open that is, it's like a leak almost of aberrations that had been coming through. So whatever happened while they were investigating the portal must have opened it.
So you're telling me our only lead with this is the very unhappy, very murderous paladin killer.
He's the only one that would have known what caused it to open unless there's information on the other side of the portal.
That's fantastic. I'm not sure if we had to get the information from Malth. He's not exactly on the best terms of us.
I can imagine.
Do you know if Malth had anyone else in town who he trusted or talked to?
He was a bit of a quiet sort. He only found solace in his husband, and well, he kind of gestures to the patch on the ground of like flowers that have grown around a outline of a body,
which the Revivify spell's mouth cast caused the decay of the earth to sprout with life, but not his husband.
Oh.
When Mouth returned, when he was in medical, he didn't give us any information to really go off of. He was changed. He wasn't the same after that, and one night he vanished, went into the desert. You know the rest.
This could be quite difficult to figure any more information.
Did the summary have any way to fully close the portal?
The blood of the scared is, I assume that's the way to open it. I'm not sure if it works both ways.
We only translated part of it, right? Not all of it.
It was the whole thing.
It was the whole thing. I thought it was like a giant arch of it, and then we did like one.
No,
part.
the giant arch only has like very big letters carved into it, and that's all it said. The portal must close in some way, considering it was closed prior to the paladins we sent down here that triggered it to open.
While this is a magic I know little about, it is possible that it is simply stuck, and to close it, you must first fully open it. This is of course a gambit. If it can then not be closed, that is a problem. But whoever built this did it for a reason. There could be answers on the other side, wherever this leads to.
Seems risky either way, but there have been quite a few problems that I've encountered that were solved by making it worse to make it better.
Well, either way, aberrations are leaking into this tunnel, as you have seen, and lighting up the tunnel is only a temporary solution. Things could continue coming through the...
Right.
We should consult the Empress before possibly putting the town at risk.
I will speak to her. Wait here, I'll send word.
He gathers a few
Okay.
clerics, and then with them in a group, he goes through the tunnels you'd all cleared the day
What
prior.
do you guys think?
It's risky.
It feels pretty risky either way, leaving it alone and opening it up more. If that's even what that ends up doing.
Those things in the tunnel, those were only what crawled out. We don't know what happens if we open it fully.
But what if when we open it more, we can't close it again?
We also don't know that the apparitions coming out of it won't find a way to open it up more themselves. Isn't it better to have the upper hand?
Can I try and put my hand through?
No.
Yeah, you stick your hand through, and the atmosphere on the other side of the portal feels like different in a way that's hard to kind of describe. Like, it just kind of feels like the air kind of feels thicker almost.
Fairly colder.
Other than that, you leave it for a few minutes. Nothing really seems to happen.
All right, I want to take my hand back out.
There is no doorknob on the other side either. I am very
wonderful observation.
I don't know how to open this.
I feel like we should ask about what they were doing. Like
Like
I
what
don't
their
know.
plan is if they do open the portal further, besides
what
just
their
immediately
plan
closing.
was dealing with the portal in the first place, like how they plan to remedy that at all.
Yeah, that's it.
Were they just kind of sitting
Because
around?
if they had an idea, like they were going to open the portal for something and then close it off, almost like, this is a bad comparison, but a Ouija board, where you have to like say hello and then say goodbye, and if you don't say goodbye, then it fucks up.
It stays open. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get you.
Like that sort of thing, but with a portal.
That is actually a good comparison.
Hmm.
We could always try with me.
Boo!
I don't think. I think it has to be in the moment fear. I don't think it's like lingering fear.
Genuine
Seems it's-
fear, not social fear, not worry fear, but genuine fear.
It seems like it must have opened when something attacked the paladins.
Oh,
That's a damn good observation.
that is a very
Yeah,
good
that's
option. I
fucking
did not
smart.
realize
Holy shit.
that.
I didn't think about it. I figured they just did it to
Wait, really?
themselves, like started doing it to themselves, and then
Yeah, that's actually
fucking
very,
slaughtered.
It's actually very smart.
Which means something around here scared the shit out of them.
Maybe whatever was killing them. Well, I guess
Well,
you know what I
nothing scares a paladin more than the exact opposite of what they worship.
I'm scared of spiders personally, but there's also that.
Something
There's
demonic
something
must have
everyone's
scared them.
afraid of.
Commitment.
Fear of being forgotten and death.
Heights, maybe the dark.
just try pricking me.
Okay. I grab my little vial out and I grab the needle and I prick Mherren's finger.
I hope the
like
needle
blood.
bends.
Flash what I've got in the vial on the portal, like on the frame of it.
Nothing happens.
So there's a bowl. Surely we need to fill it.
All the way?
Just like stab me real hard.
No, I think we don't need to fill all the way. I just think we have to like put some blood in it.
Oh. Hey, Peanut.
Yeah.
Can I summon Shadow form? Can I choose the emotion of fear?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Balthazar, he takes out a gem that contains a few droplets of tears from within it, and he kind of uses this to summon a being that emerges from the ground in a veil of shadows. Do you want to describe what this looks like?
It looks like it's similar to Balthazar. It's hooded robes, but underneath it's just an empty husk with glowing red eyes, sort of like it's in decay, like it's been resting on the ground for at least 30 odd years, decaying away. As it fully takes form, leaves out a deathly screech.
Oh.
Hunched over close to the floor, like a little like gremlin sort of Balthazar. It looks a bit similar to the essences of Balthazar you had seen in his mind the day previous. Like, now that Balthazar has done that, he's able to channel this thing within reality, except it's more like dark and twisted and warped. And this thing lets out its shriek. Are you doing that ability it has?
I'll do it to Mherren,
Okay.
since she's already got her finger pricked.
Mherren, this thing shrieks in your direction. Do you choose to fail your wisdom saving throw for it?
Sure.
Fear immediately just overwhelms you. You're frozen in place, unable to kind of move forward, maybe shaking a little bit. You're just like standing in the middle of this like bold divot on the foundation of this archway as this shadowy figure Balthazar kind of hops around, staring you down with its glowing small red eyes and shrouded in darkness.
I don't think Mherren
never
shows
seen
it quite as much as the average person would. Like, she's very obviously trembling, but her face, aside from widened eyes, is mostly still a neutral expression.
Kind of put my arm, like, I have to raise it up a bit, but like around her back, and just kind of consoling her in a sense, but in a way
Aw.
where I can try to stop her if she books it.
Could I pull out just my sickle, I guess, and just give myself a small cut?
The blood starts to trickle down, droplets falling into this bowl at your feet, a crimson puddle starting to form the soles of your boots.
Mhm.
And you're all standing around and start to watch as the portal slowly opens more and more.
How do we do the opposite of that?
This doesn't look good.
Maybe if it's the blood of someone fearful, then like the pee of someone brave.
Fuck off.
I'm gonna try
Fuck off.
moving Mherren's hands.
Can I have my shadow spawn just like give a dirty eye to Pebble?
I'm gonna try to move Mherren's hand so like no more blood is dripping into the bowl directly.
Halting the blood flow stops the portal from opening more, kind of glitching out a bit at the edges.
Does it give the appearance of it kind of closing now that there's no like blood going into it, or is it just staying the same?
It's just staying the same now.
I don't like this.
I don't either. This looks like a one-way street, guys. I don't.
Can I lower the shadow spawn?
Yeah, it goes away.
I'm gonna climb up the front side of Mherren and have my face in front of hers and like calm down. We got what we needed. Calm down.
She's still a little bit shaky, but mostly just from being tense for just enough time. She does put an arm around the non-bleeding arm around Sana to make sure she doesn't just fucking fall.
We can't go through with this. It seems that it's not going to completely open until it's had enough blood, and that amount of blood is fatal.
It's not.
What?
No, it opened
We'd
quite
be
a
fucking
bit
close.
from just a little bit. You're making assumptions. I don't think we'll be able to close it without opening it more.
Is there anything fishy about this bowl? Any like language around like the underside? Is it on a stand?
You're standing on it. It's just kind of a divot like into the stone platform you all are standing on. That's like bowl shaped.
No small like engraved marks and like near the center.
Make a investigation check.
10.
10. You don't see any writing. You see that the platform is like a tiny bit cracked that kind of goes into the bowl portion, like a small crack. But you're not seeing anything specifically designed into it that makes it that tells you any piece of information.
What's the opposite of fear?
Bold, brash,
Courage.
powerful.
Courage. That's a good one.
Not
Like
bold or brash or powerful.
Intentness.
Tetanus.
And
That's
it's
what
the
Sun has after I
non-lethal.
pricked it with the needle.
At around this time, the priest will be coming back, and he'd have with him the same kind of sort of assistant he had the other day.
Before they come down into the, like, right beside us, can I stick my head into the portal?
Do not do that.
You're gonna tie a rope to yourself first, and then we
Do
pull back
not
and
do
the rope's
that.
broken.
The sliver now is actually just big enough to fit your Shello's head in.
It's kind of hard to see. You seem to be within almost like a cave, and it's do you have dark vision?
60 feet.
It's from where you are, it's hard to really see out. You just kind of see like the walls of the cave, but everything seems like kind of like murky. Even with your dark vision, it's still like kind of dark, almost like the atmosphere, the air is just sort of like
A purpley shadow haze.
Okay.
and you see off in the distance like purple sort of airy space.
The priest and clergy are walking into their room now. He says,
"Oh Lord, you've already begun opening the portal." He like rushes down, kind of grabbing his tunic and lifting it up so he can kind of run down the stairs faster. "I did receive word from Etlani. She had been in conversation with researchers at Riyadh. They did say that from their research in the planar portal travel, this is very foreign to them. However, they believe that if the portal were to open all the way, that may lead it to being able to be reclosed on its own."
I told you.
But Lonnie was very adamant about opening it fully, maybe even going into explore within. Personally, I'm hesitant. It could be disastrous if they happen to be wrong.
So, prepare for the worst.
Hope for the best, expect the worst.
Prepare for the
Etlani and her speakings with the researchers, the portal should close on its own after it's fully opened, but the sliver that's open is a leak. It's preventing the portal from fully closing for some reason. Caecilians, they have great interest and knowledge. She asked me to ask your group if you'd be willing to enter inside the portal just to take a quick look around. And she says that she can give your group some gold value in order to do this and report back.
Lonnie does not want to waste the opportunity that the portal is open, as if it closes, we of course do not want to try opening it again if we don't have to. She said any research inside is of the utmost importance, but they do not have any researchers at hand as they are all in Riyadh.
You
Said
said gold?
guards with us?
Yes, Shello, gold.
I don't know. That sounds like a death wish.
Is there a way that we can discuss this after it's open and we maybe can get an idea of what's inside? Because as much as you value knowledge, well, you won't get much of it if we're dead.
The issue with that is that you'd have to reopen it once again, and we'd prefer it to stay closed.
This could be a once-in-a-lifetime chance to know more.
Do they have an idea on how long these things usually take to close once fully open?
Possibly around an hour.
So we
That's
have an
by
hour
their
to go in
estimations.
and explore and come back.
Would you be willing to have clerics and healers on standby?
Yes, I can do any healing as well as my assistant here.
Can I pull my head out of the portal now?
Yes.
Gold?
We're not asking you to go in too deep than you need to, risking your lives too much. Just simply passing through and taking a quick look around the portal, not delving too far in.
I suppose we could, but it just seems too risky. Like
Sana's starting to sweat a bit.
we understand how to close this portal, or at least we think we do. Shouldn't we take the win here?
I suppose since it takes the time anyway, we could take a step inside, and if we decide that it's too dangerous, we can come right back out.
But what if
will
it takes
still be
longer
open.
than an hour, Mherren? What if we get stuck in there?
That's exactly why I say we step in. If we decide that it's just not worth the risk, we come right back out.
We will of course be on standby outside of the portal, waiting. If, like you said, it does manage to close, we of course know how to open it back up.
Could we possibly have one of your healers come alongside us?
Oh, that's...
Sana's breathing picks up.
I don't particularly
Mherren.
would like to go in there myself or send my daughter. You a paladin, no? You can heal?
I am, but
I'm shaking my head fast, just staring at him. Just like I'm sweating and breathing fast. I'm shaking.
Mherren puts a hand on Sana's back.
Okay.
Well, you know, we could just leave this portal as is. We could go on our way. That's
we
fine.
We are not doing that, Balthazar.
Shut up, Pebble.
Okay, make a persuasion
Drug
check.
lady.
Balthazar.
This is a
Are we
shitty
going-
way
At
to make
disadvantage.
an
We
argument.
they know how to open the portal, and
He's
therefore they
trying
know
to get
how
more
close-
money.
Okay,
Well, this is a
Is he
shitty
trying
way
to,
to go
isn't he
about
trying
it.
to get
I'm not
a...
trying to get my money. I'm trying to get the fucking heal up.
Yeah.
Oh, healer.
He's suggesting
I
that
just want money for their original incentive.
he's suggesting that
We're the only ones risking our lives here.
Yeah.
Are you threatening the sanctity of my church over this? Listen to me. I, personally, do not care at all if you go in or not. I am asking you this on the behalf of Empress Etlani. You all are adventurers from out of town. I hope you can understand why you, who have done a job for Etlani already, would be better at this than me or my daughter, whose lives have never met combat or any risky scenario such as this.
What about a healer you don't like? Like,
Yeah, what about that bitch?
Like I said, the price can be negotiated if there's any issue with you all inside, if you come and do any damage.
But I'm simply a messenger.
Like you said, we're visitors from outside. We're the ones helping you guys out. At the moment, it's us spending all of our resources, and you can't even spare a simple healer.
If you don't want to go in, you don't have to. I'm not forcing you to. I'm simply telling you what Queen Atlani told me.
Your words will have no sway in me putting more innocent lives at risk.
Maybe we just take a night and discuss it over, over a lot of alcohol, and we give you an answer tomorrow.
Atlani does not wish for this portal to remain open any longer than it has to with the current leak that is even bigger now. Please decide whether or not you'll do this for us.
After all, you've already begun and made it worse.
I think we should.
I guess so. Just we are heading immediately back out at the first sign of danger.
Come on, Sana. There's alcohol for the portal.
That's stupid.
Can I grab my flask and throw it for the portal?
You probably have the weak shit.
It means we need more feared blood.
Yeah, fear me. Make me
Okay.
scared.
I'll bring up little fella again.
That is another spell slot, by the way.
God fucking.
Yep.
The shadow Balthazar then once again shrieks at Mherren, causing her to sort of tremble as it stares her down.
And Mherren flinches
And
back,
that's when we
but
slit her
steels
throat.
herself again and grabs out the sickle and just makes another cut just a little bit higher up.
More blood pours from this cut now into this bowl, it filling up a bit more, and with it the portal opens fully. You take your boots out of this sticky mess that you're in.
You feel like after like giving blood, like you're a little bit woozy, but nothing like too bad. The archway, the stone kind of like vibrates a bit, like almost like you're unlocked a door or something.
Okay. I guess we're fucking doing this.
You
Who's
mind
going
just telling your guy real quick?
Take him with us.
Are you able to like just
Why
turn
would
off
you do
the
that?
aspects
See,
of-
Well, he
Mherren
took a
literally
whole-
cannot. She cannot go through the
Because
fucking portal.
he took a whole third level spell slot. That's why he's coming with us.
You're only feared for a minute or
Yes.
frightened.
Oh, wait a minute.
See, you're fine.
Mherren's still a little woozy, so after she's no longer frightened, she kind of just falls to her knees for a second, and breathing heavily, trying to get herself back to stable.
Now you know what I felt when I first saw Balthazar.
Okay.
I'll march in head
Okay.
first.
I will go in after Shello.
In retrospect,
I'll be somewhat to the side, but slightly back behind Balthazar.
Mherren will be, like, I guess in between them if Sana's gonna be back a bit.
I really should have used my inspiring leader.
Walking in to this portal, you're now on the other side, and like I said, this seems to be inside a cave, lip of like a rock over you. You're all on like a rocky surface. It continues out, you're kind of like on a slant, and it continues up, where if you continue forward, you can like look out on the horizon. Are you all continuing forward?
I guess so.
Yeah.
After kind of going to the mouth of this cave, you're seeing into a space that looks like alien to you. There's shapes formed out of matter kind of just drifting through the air. It seems you're on one of these yourself, just like a giant floating rock going through space. And looking around, portions of your view are blurry, like looking through sheets of transparent plastic, or in some spots a crystalline kaleidoscope, into this never-ending vastness of just almost like outer space. And what appears to be these rock formations that you're finding your footing on that are also drifting elsewhere throughout the cosmos, they also seem almost flesh-like, with many tiny holes along the surface that go into them. And in the distance, you also see a giant tree. It's almost like its roots are coming out of the top of the tree, just into the sky. Then you realize a tree is just the closest approximation your earthly minds can come to perceiving this thing in this reality, as a giant floating eye comes into view far into the distance from behind this, around ley lines of purple electricity that pulse and shatter within the atmosphere. Can you all make a wisdom saving throw?
Jesus.
Yeah,
God
sure.
fucking damn it.
Leave now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck me.
4.
I don't want to do
I hate that
this
it's not done.
thing. Alright, 7. Awesome.
We all got under fucking
You
10.
all failed. Can all of you roll a d100?
Jesus.
Fuck.
Sure.
Yay!
9.
D100, I got 16.
84! Pebble got an 84.
I fucking hate it here.
Got 20. I'm so fucking scared.
7.
Oh.
You rolled low.
Oh, I'm scared.
That's a good thing, right?
I'm so scared.
You all watch as you all hear a loud thunking as Pebble falls unconscious.
Oh fuck.
Oh dear.
Is she okay? Is she
Sana,
awake yet?
Mherren, and Shello, you all retreat into your mind, and you just become paralyzed with this overwhelming fear.
Oh, this is a familiar feeling.
Balthazar,
Yup.
Balthazar, can you roll a d3?
We're just...
1.
And all of your ears sort of shatter as Balthazar just falls to the floor screaming as loud as he can.
Oh my
Just
god.
non-stop.
Yeah!
What in the fuck?
You all are
We
just
need to get
frozen
out of
here. You have all taken a point of madness.
What does that mean?
What is that?
How
What
do
does
I
that
add
mean?
God damn.
And
Oh.
This is so tantalizingly fucked. This is terrible.
Being here, your vision is pulsating. You feel your skin and bodies tense up, goosebumps all over you. Intrusive thoughts in your mind are raging, getting stronger. You have urges to like jump in, urges to stab yourself, urges to just run away frantically. Some of you slap your foreheads, shake your head around, trying to get these thoughts out of your mind. There's like different voices in your head trying to fight for dominance over you. You see visions in front of you of people. It's not really there though. It's like reality is bending in such a way inside your minds. You don't know if it's this strange realm you're in or just your head playing tricks on you. But you don't think you see any real life within this vacuum of space, unless that eye or that strange tree can be considered life. No, you don't see any of the mutated bats flying around, any creatures or anything like that. These delusions, it's like this place you're in is melding your mind itself. Nothing's doing this to you, it's just where you are. The lack of understanding of this cosmic horror that surrounds you.
5 minutes go by when finally Pebble regains consciousness, and the three of you are no longer just paralyzed with fear looking out into this abyss. Balthazar finally stops screaming, his throat sore after screaming for just 5 minutes straight. This eye way off in the distance, you just see slowly moving. It's not looking in your direction or anything. You all have been overwhelmed with the madness that this reality is inducing on you, not being able to understand what you're seeing out into the void. And then like a shock of lightning almost through the air of just purple energy, you kind of see way off in the distance a giant shadowy fog of something massive that you just see kind of flash with this lightning for split seconds, and then this like blood curdling kind of sting kind of goes through all of your minds, and everything in this reality, all the rocks moving around, they're almost like they're moving in like slow motion almost. Things you see way off, way in the distance seem, they're massive, but them being so far away, they're probably even bigger than you can even like comprehend. And just overall, you all are feeling an intense amount of
an insanity induced by this plane of reality that doesn't even seem like a reality to you.
This is fucking awesome.
We
and
need
I'm
to get
all
out of here
shit
now.
myself.
We need to get out of here.
Pebble's waking up and she has no fucking clue what's going on. She's like, what happened? Where is this? What's going on?
I'm gonna grab who's ever next to me and just start heading towards the portal.
I don't even know what we should do. Like, we can explain what we saw and that we're never going back there again. I would rather die.
Are we able to explain
This is
what we saw?
We
That's
have information. Let's get out of here. 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 Let's get out of here.
Okay.
Let's get out of
It's
here.
okay.
as you turn around to look back at the portal's still open, don't need to worry about that, but
Oh, fuck.
you see kind of
Oh my God.
deeper into
Oh
the
my God.
cave, sort of behind the portal, on the other side of the stone archway, within this nook of this floating ball of rock you all are on, you see that the cavern has these stalagmites and stalactites, and from the top of the cavern is sort of dripping in this milky white liquid that falls onto the floor. As it hits the floor, it just kind of like vibrates and evaporates into the air. And way back in the cavern, there's what looks like a finely crafted wooden desk made of like this like redwood that has like this yellow, almost golden inlay on it of like designs. It looks very, very finely crafted, along with a chair with this like red cushiony seat. There's a what looks like a handheld mirror sitting on top of this desk, and this is very strange. This is the only man-made looking thing. It's just furniture within this place.
Can I grab stuff
What the
off the
fuck?
desk?
Yeah, you go up to it and you take the mirror. You see, gazing into your reflection, you see yourself looking back. This mirror is this like platinum hand mirror with some like also golden sort of designs on it. Also seems to be very finely crafted.
That's nice. Sounds
Shello,
good.
Shello, we don't have time to look.
Do you want
at
to look
things
further
we have-
throughout the desk?
No.
Yeah.
Shello.
Okay, make an investigation check.
11.
And you're checking all the drawers, and they all seem empty.
This might be a tall order. Can I bring the chair over to the portal to like bring it back with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
You doing anything further with the desk or anything?
Well, I wanted to bring the desk with me, but I mean, I don't think an ant can carry a desk.
And
I'm
a
not
chair.
helping you.
You
Sorry.
want to make a strength check?
Half orc can.
I'll make a strength check. I'm very strong. There we go.
Yeah, no, you're kind of you're not budging at all.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bring the chair with me.
I could grab the desk, I guess.
Do you?
Are you?
Sure.
Okay.
I saw Shello struggling with it. Might as well try.
All right. Just make a strength check.
You carry it with you.
Oh, why do I have advantage? Wait, did I not turn off the rage thing? Fuck, I didn't.
Well, even with a 17, I'll still count that. You're able to carry it. It's very heavy wood. It's like very it seems to be made of like real like sturdy wood. So it has some heaviness to it.
Should
Well, I
we
guess we're taking this.
now leave
Yep.
with
Yes.
our
I
ill-gotten
don't want to
goods?
stay here. I'm fucking terrified. The fact that within 5 minutes, no, within a minute
Mama,
of entering
out
the
of-
portal, we
out
all
of
went
portal.
fucking crazy.
You all walk back to the portal, taking the chair and desk through.
The priest on the other side, he's waiting with the clergy. He says, "You've returned. We're watching from this side, but time seemed strange, and it's only been mere seconds that we saw you walk off. What did you see?" "Flash."
I don't. I don't know.
As you come through, some of the
Fine.
clergy starts like grabbing you and touching you. It's hard to tell if their intent is to care for you or examine you as subjects.
Did you see any life?
Can Sana fall to her knees and just barf on his shoes?
Oh, Glyce,
No.
pardon me.
It must have
Aaron's
not
gonna rub
been
Sana's
good.
back.
Sure, Lani would quite like to hear about this, as well as the researchers in Riyadh.
Balthazar tries to speak, but he still can't from all the screaming.
Is that a desk and chair? Where did you get that?
In
There.
there.
So there was life on the other side?
Everything.
Everything.
It was
Chair.
all.
This is the only non-living thing.
None of you are making any sense to me.
Go in there then. And I'm like crawling up his leg.
Oh god.
I didn't want to before. I'd want to even less now.
Absolutely no
It's
one
not-
would ever go in there.
It's not worth the risk. It got to all of us in different ways, and we're seasoned travelers who have fought probably more than you could think.
I will
Sana.
be sure to inform at Lani and stress the danger to her. However,
It would be best for you all to compose yourselves overnight and speak to Lani herself. Although the Caecilians are a curious bunch, they may want to investigate even more.
Anyone they send in there is going to die or go crazy or both. I couldn't tell you which one.
it is up to the Empress.
Can I sit down on the chair?
Yeah.
Whoever had previously opened the portal, which I assumed was the cleric murdering folk, I assumed that the desk and the chair were his, and if we brought them back, they might be recognizable in some way. But also, the only words Shello has spoken since coming out of the portal are "there" and "chair." So,
Yeah, you gotta keep up the theme.
I mean, if the priest didn't recognize the things when we brought them out,
I want to make
we
an
can just
insight
keep
check.
them.
You're
Sure.
not going to just ask him.
Well, I can't think of a word that rhymes.
There.
3.
You could say where.
3, he's seems to have like little interest in the desk, and Trader's kind of confused. Is anyone investigating the chair or desk further or anything?
Yeah, I don't. I want to.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Okay, investigations.
The chair or the desk?
The desk.
Okay, looking around, like Shello, all of the compartments seem empty. However, you notice a space above one of the drawers that doesn't have a handle or way to open it. However, it seems to be hollow inside.
Break that Jonathan open.
Well, I don't know if I want to do it in front of them. I don't trust anybody. Can I do magic awareness real quick just to see if either of these things are magical in any way?
So the mirror, you pick up that it's enchanted in some way.
Okay, I had a feeling.
Also, since you're in the vicinity, the portal close to you, you pick up that the archway within it is a conjuration sort of enchantment causing the portal to be open. You sense that this is fading as time passes.
Oh, what if we put it so that it's reflecting the compartment?
Ooh.
Nothing happening with that. You get that that's not the purpose.
Okay, I figured that probably wouldn't do anything, but listen. Hey, it was worth a try.
You said that the desk and the chair are not magical anyway, right?
They do not appear to be magical, no.
This device, I can see myself inside of it, but I am not inside.
Yes, have you ever seen a mirror before?
A who? A mirror?
Mirror.
Oh, I suppose, maybe.
And you was that inside with the desk?
This was with
yes.
the chair.
That's strange. Why would someone need to do their makeup on a desk within the...
Perhaps they were looking behind them.
Since your people are so interested in knowledge, I don't suppose you have a index on creatures you've encountered?
I know there are many encyclopedias, creatures and such within the great libraries of Riyadh, encompassing most of the creatures on the continent of Deezland. Sure, there are also some within the royal grounds. I have no need for that personally, however.
Have you ever encountered what seems like a floating eye in any of these tomes? If you've read them, I mean.
I don't pursue knowledge in that manner. I've never heard of such a thing, though.
Apologies, that probably sounded like an odd question if you haven't seen it for yourself.
You saying you saw this within the portal on the other side?
Yes, I don't know what it was, but it was very odd.
Unsettling, knowing these horrors are just below my church on the other side of a magic arch. It's concerning, but yet not my prerogative.
Nothing good.
As far as I'm concerned, you'll have done more than enough for this empire. I urge you all to get some rest. Come back if you need any clerical assistance, but we will stay here to watch the portal to be sure it closes.
I think we should
prefer to
wait.
leave. What? I want to leave.
Well, because if anything comes through, they're kind of fucked.
I can hang out. I can sit on my
Yeah, it's their
fancy
turn to
chair
be
for a bit.
petrified.
What?
We've had enough.
I'm happy to
He's
sit on my new comfortable chair.
Pebble's gonna go off to another room, but not stray too far. But she just doesn't want to be near the portal.
I'll go with Pebble.
Thank God. I was really hoping you'd say that.
Which of you wants to take the short rest to identify the mirror?
I want to.
Okay. About like 30 minutes go by. You should make a Arcana check.
Fuck! I
Nice.
hate everything.
You're still able to identify the magical capabilities of it by experimenting with it. Gazing into this mirror, it can replay fragments of a creature's memory.
Oh.
As an
So we need
action,
friendship's trust.
the wielder of the mirror can point the mirror towards a creature and cause the reflection of that creature to be replaced with a scene from the creature's past, something random. Information conveyed is entirely accurate, however, it is a random point in the creature's life and it can be cryptic at times. Once activated, the mirror gives its information for 1 minute, playing an entire scene, then returns to normal as a normal mirror and cannot be activated again until the next dawn.
With your low Arcana, you have used the charge for the day, but did not really pick up what it was showing as you were fumbling with it.
I can think of a use for that pretty soon.
Me too.
Maybe we're thinking of different uses.
We probably are.
Blackmail.
The range, however, is 60 feet.
That could be very useful.
So because of Mherren's Arcana check, they're not able to attune to it? Is that...
It doesn't
The idea?
require attunement.
Or it doesn't require
There's just
attunement,
additional knowledge they do not learn.
Okay.
It seems like this mirror can replay something of a person's past.
Is this normal for mirrors?
No, mirrors just reflect things. They don't show glimpses of the past.
Whatever you say.
As you're waiting down here, the clergy is kind of giving you space. Some of them are by the portal being cautious but trying to examine it. Some are just waiting and sitting on the stairs looking into it.
So eventually, an hour passes, and you'll see that the portal flickers away and is now completely closed, it seems like.
Thank
Oh,
fuck.
that's good.
Good
Let's hope there
riddance,
wasn't
am I
any
right?
more
It is
furniture
over.
in there.
The head priest here stands up and is like, "Oh, thank Lyson, that's over. We can go back to normal business now. Thank you all for your time. I know that you're getting monetary reward out of this, but I do thank you that this was a problem for us, being under the temple and all."
Thank you too.
Are we bringing like the chair and the table, or are we just leaving it down here?
Let's bring it, because there's still that compartment, and I want to know what's in it.
What's the
Mhm.
time looking like?
Sundown will probably be about like an hour.
Let's go back to the throne room then.
It would appear that the Royal Council is no longer in session for the day. You could return to a empty throne room except for guards, servants walking by and things.
I'm just like shouting this out into the throne room, just like echoing.
We went through the door. We need the gold now.
Do you need help finding your chambers? The Royal Council is no longer in session for the day. If you wish to meet with the Queen, she'll return in the morning, but she has retreated to her bedchambers.
And where are these chambers?
You are not allowed to enter the Queen's bedchambers. He looks disgusted.
Don't mind him.
Do you need help with the furniture acquiring purchased from the Bazaar to be packed and stored in your caravan? Or
We've got it, thank you.
very well.
Well, first can I try, like, pressing on the corners to see if it loosens at all or moves at all? And then if not, break it open.
Go ahead and make another investigation check. Are you in your room, by the way?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm not doing this out in the open. Oh, fuck off, that was almost a nat 20. I'm so pissed.
You're not seeing it loosen up or anything. You're not seeing any hidden ways to open this chamber or anything.
Alright, then I'm going to very carefully try to break it open.
Go ahead, if you're doing it carefully, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
That was also almost a nat 20, but I'll take that one.
16. So, you're able to kind of like pry off a bit of the top of the desk, cracks open the wood into this kind of flat sort of chamber. It's kind of like how some modern desks have like a pull-out space, like a keyboard. It's almost like that on like the top of the desk, and then a bunch of like paperwork falls out of it.
Oh.
Can I look through it to see if there's anything?
Are you doing this
worth
alone, by the way, or is everyone with you?
I assume that I'm alone for now, but once I go through it, I will like go gather everybody up.
Okay. So, looking at these pages, it's almost like you're looking at schematics of things. Each page seems to be blueprints of different stone archways infused with different arcane energy. There's
Oh fuck.
instructions for precisely how the stone should be chiseled out of rock from specifically the obelisk mountains. The archway is implanted with metal rods attuned to a specific plane of reality, the iron skeleton of each archway being differently constructed in a way you can't really wrap your head around understanding how it's made. Like this was written by someone that far exceeds your skill level in magical construction. And the first page is a diagram that seems to line up with the portal that you had seen under the temple that you had gone through. There's what seems like planning of a message to be used in relation to the plane it connects to that tells how to trigger the portal to open. In the first diagram, it explains how a creature inflicted with intense fear will activate it. There's some less faded ink on the side of this page that gives notes on specifically the far realm. It tells how it's an inhospitable void of madness that lies on the fringes of known reality, and the writer has reservations on whether any benefit would be gained from charting this plane due to the dangers and lack of structure to its reality. Essentially an empty space void of tangible meaning. However, a memory mirror makes traversing through the space for short periods more manageable, as the reminding of one's own memory keeps the user sane. But prolonged exposure to this reality causes a form of long-term madness.
Well, shit.
The writing makes note that a portal that puts this plane so close to our own can cause leakage that will change our own reality, bend it into something it's not, a strange version of itself that might not seem like much at first, but over time will grow more and more, maybe starting with simple birth defects, but could end in total annihilation. So this portal should be closed at all times.
There's a few more diagrams that seem to be copies of other portals for reference, but most of the context of these are missing. There's a portal to the Hells, with notes relating of an enchantment to open it with a form of sin that'll cause the enchantment to open in replace of fear. Another portal relates its use of blood to open the portal, this one having text in Undercommon. Do you read Undercommon?
I don't read shit.
The notes
I
continue.
read a common and orc.
The notes continue into various other diagrams that lack really enough crucial information to gain any info from. But there's also a ripped map of the continent.
Is there any sort of markings on it at all, or is it just torn?
There seems to be X's over certain towns and cities. It seems almost like it's specifically torn around Fyren Y'fin, but Fyren Y'fin is there, as well as
Oh.
Crusty Bay, Stillrest, Hanali's Embrace, Greytown, Erdleton are all the towns with X's over them. That you can see from the tear.
I have a bad feeling about this.
From what you're looking at, it seems that it was schematics for the specific portal you went through, and there's some other references to other portals that seem to be used in constructing and just reference to the one that you went through. Like there's supplemental material, but not the whole of the notes on them, just what's specific to mattering to whatever purpose these notes served in relation to the portal you went through.
Mherren's going to, like, while still holding the papers, because she does not trust leaving it alone for even a minute, she sort of tucks the papers away within her clothing to hide it. She's going to knock on everyone's door and, could you come to my room real quick?
Yeah. What's up?
There's just something important that I found that I think everyone should hear about, but I don't think it's a good idea to do it out here.
The rooms are small, by the way, so now you're all kind of cramped into Mherren's room with also this desk that's kind of cramped into here. Mherren, can you make a perception check?
Oh fuck. Okay. There it is. That's
Okay,
such.
continue.
I'm so pissed. Mherren's going to talk fairly quietly. These papers were in a hidden compartment in the desk. I noticed it and was able to pry it open, and it looks like designs for a portal and even notes on some of what seem like other existing portals. And this map, I don't quite know how to make sense of it, but I do not have a good feeling about it.
The Shadow Gate to Shar's realm. It says that right here on the right there.
Is that the one to the one that we just went to? That's what it says. for
No,
the-
that's the one to the one it related to its use of blood sacrifice.
Okay.
I assume you know how to spell Shar.
Yeah.
It's like Shart without the T.
Stop.
Oh, it is.
Stop, C3.
It's like chair with a
You were so
S
genuine.
and no I.
It's like these notes are like specific to someone's like needs. It's mostly just relating the construction of this magical archway, and the reason that you don't really understand it is because you just don't understand a lot of the scientific, like arcane language it's using to describe things. Balthazar, do you want to make a Arcana check?
Yeah.
Roll high.
Thanks.
Okay, never mind.
Oh my fucking god.
Even to you,
The pages, they I don't know.
even to you, Balthazar, this seems like it's made by a very high level artificer or mage, very thought out and fine construction. You've really never seen anything like it.
Confusing.
Yes. I don't get it.
Yep. I don't understand a single
I-
fucking thing on this page.
There are depictions of different portals, and I worry that these marks on the map may be where at least a couple of these portals are located.
The only portals that were specific were the one that you all went through already. It was very specific about that one. Then the other two, it was specific on no locations given for them, but one was a portal to the Hells that required, instead of fear to activate the portal opening, it was sin to have the portal open. And
Just like general sin, or did it mention which sin?
No sort of clarification that you could find given.
The other portal, the one with Undercommon that said the Shadow Gate to Shar's Realm, that one related its use of blood to the use of blood in the portal you all went through. So it seemed that was specifically
relating this aspect, so the two portals use blood as the activation material.
But the other portal schematics it wasn't very specific on. Besides like construction you don't really get.
Egads. Gang. I must make haste. I have a very important meeting.
Alright, well, enjoy your meeting.
Be careful.
You all take care.
I'm gonna scurry out of the room.
Shello, you scuttle on over back to the bazaar. Seems they're closing up shop a bit for the day. A lot of the booths are closing down, packing some stuff up. You make it to the cellar of trinkets and figurines, and he's packing up a lot of the display figurines he has, and he says to you,
"Hello, little ant boy. I managed to finish the figurine you asked for. Let me finish up here. I'll meet you inside to show it to you."
He gestures back to the building his booth is in front of.
Okie dokie then.
And I just want to walk inside.
There's a dingy little shack made of sandstone wood, fairly messy inside.
And you, the door's open right now, and you walk inside of it, and then you hear it close and lock behind you.
That's good. Can I look around, like inside the shop? Not look directly at the door that just closed and locked?
Yeah, it's very dark in here. There's one sort of table with a lantern on it.
Oh, is the lantern lit?
Yes, the lantern is on. Is the only sort of point of illumination in this room. You see some like kind of bookshelves and things that seem to just have like some stuff on them, some like crates and stuff, but nothing really striking out to you as too important.
Can I pick up the lantern and use it to see the door that closed and locked behind me?
Yeah, you look behind you and you hear sort of from above in the rafters,
"Insect.
That's me.
Where are the more intelligent ones?"
I'm very sharp, I'll have you know.
Dropping down to the floor from the rafters is Chain Canyon, a member of the
Hello?
Dawn Trotters.
Oh, she's so bad.
It's good to meet you again.
She just sort of walks over to you and then just like picks you up by like your shirt collar, so you're eye level with her.
Do you need the lantern?
I don't need the lantern. Where are your compatriots? Did they not come with you?
No, they are very busy. They are looking at papers. I can't read them.
I did not wish to speak to one of lesser intelligence such as yourself, but it'll have to do.
Okay, it's very mean for you to say that to me.
Tell them I know for sure they lie now. You are within the nest of the snakes.
I'm here to pick up my my trinket, my figurine.
I don't care.
I see.
The shopkeep here, he alerted me that he saw an ant such as yourself. Now that I know you're here and I've examined and watched you, I know you stay in the royal palace, and I have a task for your group to complete. If you
Okay.
wish to comply with the Dawn Trotters, as you so claim.
Sure. I will tell them to do it right away. What is this?
There are two women staying within the palace grounds, such as yourselves as visitors. We wish to know why they're there. One is very open about their presence.
Yes.
She claims she is from the Neath family line.
I want to scratch my head and stroke my chin.
Have you
And go-
seen such a girl?
I believe so. She was very rude.
Find out what she does in the palace. Why she is there.
Okay. Do I ask her?
Listen, just tell the others in your troop, and I'm sure ones with larger brains can figure this out.
I've not seen my own brain. I don't know how big it is.
I'm not sure if you even have one.
I'm sure someone will tell me soon.
Find out what she is doing in the palace, why she is there, and report back with the Rock One's sending stone. If you do not comply, then I'm sure I can convince Bamnin not to help in your little takedown of the Colosseum in Hasde Salil.
You wouldn't happen to know more about the Colosseum, would you? Just while we're chatting.
She drops you down to the ground.
Cannot believe we're helping you bumbling imbeciles in the first place. I will remain within the city to make sure you all do not leave without giving me this information.
Okay. Thank you.
She walks.
Will I see you again?
She walks over to the door and gives a knock and of 4 knocks in a specific pattern, and at that the store clerk opens the door back up. Chain sort of puts up a hood and walks out of the storefront into a crowd of people walking through the street, and this store clerk kind of wipes his brow with some sweat, and he says, sorry about that. I was told to keep an eye out for a group containing an ant, and well, I saw you, so I was told to inform the chain if I'd seen you all. Anyway, yes, I have your figure. Yes, he takes it out from a pocket in his like vest and hands it to you.
Thank you.
Also, can I just say, when Chain dropped me, I tried to do the Mario oomph sound, but my microphone didn't pick it up, and I was very upset.
Wait, do it. Can you do it again?
Oomph.
Okay,
I'm trying to do it with Shello.
I'll edit that in.
I definitely won't just
Thank
leave
you.
it here.
Anyway, this figure it looks like little miniature sauna. It's only a few inches big. There's a few rough spots that weren't like quite buffed out correctly, but it has the appearance of a wood elf such as Sauna.
Also, since it's small, it's pretty simplified.
Thank you very much, maker of small people. This will go great with the many others, the wooden others.
Are you putting it in your bag of holding?
Yes, please.
Yeah, can you make an intelligence check?
Okay. Intelligence. 8, 9.
9, awesome. So you put this topaz figurine of Sauna into your bag of holding next to your wooden Balthazar doll, Mherren doll, Pebble doll, and other Sauna doll, and then you go out your business.
Hold on. Okay, I go about my business. I guess I just head back to the palace. I put my Sauna doll right beside my other Sauna doll, and now I'm
So heading back to the palace, rejoining your group of friends.
I was ambushed in a dark room, all alone, and I had a lantern.
Come inside.
It's been like a bit of over an hour. I assume all of you are still in there, kind of looking over the schematics, just to check if you missed anything or anything. All still kind of huddled in the room.
Zana's leaned up against the wall and just slowly sipping wine from the bottle.
I was ambushed by the furry lady from the Dawn Trotters. And I had my lantern. Well, it wasn't my lantern. It was. I picked up a lantern, and that I was holding it, and I was informed we must interrogate or spy on the very rude lady whose room is nearby.
I assume I'm yelling all over this, by the way.
Oh god.
And once we figure out her reasons for being here in this very large building, we talk to the rock lady has a rock which we speak into, And we tell them why the rude lady's here. Thank you. And also,
Jesus.
we are to do this before we leave
Gods above.
and below.
Do we have any other choice?
Well, no. The furry lady picked me up, and it was I could not move, though I did still have the lantern.
You still have the lantern, by the way.
This very same lantern. She said I had a small brain, and that you likely had larger brains. I think that is all. Which one of us is sneaking into the rude lady's room?
It's just to find out why she's there, right?
Yes.
One of us tried talking to her.
Or that.
For some reason, I don't feel like that's going to go very well.
I'll do it.
You're
Are
drunk.
you sure?
Takes a swig. Yep.
If she's to know anyone, it would be you. If you had relations with a relative of hers.
She didn't seem to immediately react, so maybe not.
Even so, it's just the idea of maybe.
Are you positive that you want to do this?
No. If I can somehow -2 charisma raise her up, I can. Maybe you guys can sneak into her room or something.
I think you know.
I also still have invisibility and other spells.
I say that's like a last operation, like see what we can do. Read thoughts if need, because if we just fuck up reading thoughts right away, they're going to be on guard.
Wait, you're talking about the reading thoughts, not invisibility, no?
I'm talking about reading thoughts.
Okay.
Like, if we were to use it, save it for one of our last options, just so if we do fuck that up, they're not like, oh, someone's trying to like read my mind. I'm going to be on guard.
This feels like a bad idea.
I know enough about her relatives, sort of, to like kind of bullshit my way into like, we need to talk about your family or some shit to distract her. Maybe.
I was thinking about someone is invisible, goes in, sneaks into her room. But the thing is, we don't even know if there's anything in her room necessarily.
I feel like there'd be like journals or diaries or something like that.
Yeah, but she would still be in her room. Do you want to be like the distraction and then someone else goes in invisible?
Yeah, we can do that.
That's a good idea.
I was going to suggest myself for going in just based on the fact that I probably have the highest stealth, but I'm not sure.
Probably.
I'd
Are
try.
the rest of you staying in this room?
So if rough gets rough, Balthazar's going to have to pass his charisma checks. Is Shello able to give me advantage on my charisma for inspiration?
You should be able to enhance ability for you.
Yeah.
Invisibility and enhanceability are both concentration.
Oh.
Which one's more important to you?
I mean, you have to be invisible to get in there, so.
Or
Shello
if I
has
do,
chameleon carapace, but like
if
you'll
I
still be able
if
to
I
see
do,
a 3D kind of object if you try
But-
to walk past her.
what I'm suggesting is if I do second or upcast enhanceability, give myself a bonus to dexterity checks, and then chameleon carapace.
We'll pick up with your conversation with Julia Neath next session.
Oh,
We'll end
crud.
there for the night. You guys can think about what you're going to talk to her about. Balthazar.
I've got dot points, but I'll go into detail.
I was gonna end with the door locking behind Shello, but then he was so nonchalant about it, I decided to just continue.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There was no cliffhanger there, so I was like, alright, I'll just keep going.